everyone, welcome feudalists and ardenites, Exelyze here. In this tutorial we're going to be diving into gathering, how it works, how to set up a field efficiently. Whether you're new to the game, new to gathering, or just want to optimize your setup, you have come to the right place. So, the gathering basics. Gathering is part of the herbalist, healing and alchemy tree. You have 5 tiers, like all other skills. At level 0 you can locate and gather basic materials such as plant fiber, flint, along with wild plants, edible berries, taproots, also apples and nuts from maple and hazel trees. We're not going to be looking into the tree gathering for now. We're just going to be focusing on the other types of gathering. At level 30 you can gather herbs and you can basically get up to quality 30 on them. You can gather silkworm cocoons and you do have a 9v9 area you can gather from, and you can gather up to 60 quality with 60 level. At level 90, you grant stability to get pristine plants up to 100 quality, and you get increased range to 12 by 12. At 100, you permanently boost your luck, basically the faster animation. You can also locate pristine herbs at this point, and the area does get increased to a 15 by 15 the radius that you can look into materials. You cannot look materials up, you cannot gather materials in, for example, the rock that I was standing right next to. You can also not do that to plowable fields, so soil that has been placed by players, you cannot look in that, even if it's fertile soil. The trick to solve this, so you can see here I can look for deposits and stuff, but I cannot look for materials or herbs. The solution for that is gonna be basically having to water it. So adding water converts this soil into plowable fertile soil, therefore making it suitable for the gathering action. You only need the central square to be like that, and then the surrounding squares will have a couple of different effects. The gathering hills have different quantities each time, except for tree gathering, which does provide a fixed amount of nuts, apples, etc., depending if the day tick has been through or not, whatnot. Higher skill levels, along with boosts from foragers' outposts, allow you to collect a lot more materials per action, but it's usually a random amount of stuff within obviously a range. When setting up your gathering area, basically you want to use the highest quality soil your farmers can provide, ensuring that the central square does remain with the native soil or properly converted by watering it. Like we demonstrate here, I came to the base to pick up some water. If you're near like rocky areas, so you can have like native soil and in the middle of a mountain, you get a lot more stones, a lot more flint. But one of the things we're going to see in this guide is, for example, to get wild plants, you need the native fertile soil, or like at least watered fertile soil. This is how you can collect such things as carrots, cabbages, but it does depend on the regional crop cycles. So let's look into gathering actions themselves. What gathering actions do you have? We're coming here to our old gathering field that I've basically been digging up around to bring to the new one. So when you have this soil in front of you, this is the type of soil that is native. It's soil. So in this case, as you can see, you can look for wild plants, and when you right-click it, you can also make your default action. Do not forget. If you right-click it, you can see here the wild plants only appear in the native fertile soil, or if it has been watered. The central square never gives you anything, but if you see here, fertile soil allows you carrot seeds and in this case cabbages. This has to do with the calendar, so you have to check the seeding. Usually the gathering and the seeding are pretty much the same, besides the fact that you cannot get domestic stuff from here. This is how you set up your early farmers with good stuff. Then let's look at look for materials. When you look for materials, you can basically collect branches, flintstones, stones, plant fiber. This plant fiber is used is the bread and butter for crafting the simple cloths, simple robes. You're going to go to those by the hundreds or thousands in your guild. Unless this is the most common type of action you're going to do, unless you're Walter White type herbalist. The next one would be look for edibles, and look for edibles sometimes helps you in the wild if you spawn away from home or in the beginning. You can get edible taproots, you can get edible berries, you can also get unedible mushrooms. You basically have to give those to your cook to detect if they're poisonous or not. You cannot eat these mushrooms. They are used for different types of recipes. They're really important early on and really important later on, like for tier 4 and tier 5 kitchen and cooking. Basically, you can then mix berries with honey. You can taproots don't have a lot of function for that, but you gotta get a lot of that to help your cooks. Lastly, but not least, we're going to be looking at herbs. So this is this is what the herbalists spend a long time doing. There is a necessity for a sickle, which I didn't have any keyboard on me, but as you can see, you can gather all of the herbs near near you. They have different types of names, so there is no visual difference, but it's all using this central square, and this is the only square that needs to be natively set up. So if you're doing the farming in the beginning, you want a lot of you want to do that in a good quality soil. So the quality of the soil will definitely influence the quality of the stuff that you produce, and obviously your gathering level, your gathering skill is going to be the other one that also caps the quality of the stuff you can get. This can be improved with the herbalist outfit, and with having a forager's set up nearby. So basically we set up a new forager's outpost up there, and we're gonna set up a soil for us to gather. To set up this gathering field, you basically want to put everything to the 0.9 below, or 0.1 below 0.9 of the current level you're trying to get it from. Then you can split it into 15, like you see here. I use the stack splitter tool, and I basically topped up to the level I wanted it. If you have OCD like me, you kind of want to make this place flat. So the previous gathering field we were just dropping dirt around in the beginning, but set up something for more long term. You really want to have good quality soil. In this case, we're using some Haitish quality soil to gather from. So one of the things you're gonna be noticing, especially if you're playing an incline like this, we were trying to set up a 15 by 15 area. Some of our material processors and stone shapers decided to use some of the area here temporarily because there is some rock nearby and that we need to eat at. But when you're doing the outside edges, do be careful with something, which is that I didn't notice that the second layer below us was actually not full. So I was dropping good quality, really good quality soil on the ground there, which is pretty much a waste. You want to be making sure that the second and third squares below are 2.0, 4.0 below the level that you need. This will mean that you're not wasting the good quality of soil. So I know there's a couple of squares that needed to be fixed. I worked through those. So basically what you want to be doing is filling everything below to the 2.0, but the square that you're going to be using, the edge of your 15 by 15, needs to be needs to have the +1 less, but the one below needs to be 2.0. So if you're setting up in an incline and stuff like that, be careful with that. It's a waste of good soil. You're gonna the same thing works if you're making roads and the mates do not fill the 2.0 below. So be sure that does happen. Over time, the soil quality will decrease. We're not going to show that in this video. You need a 90 quality farmer to come and dung your place up. So every square will spend 1 dung. You can check our farming video. In our farming video, we basically do explain how to redung areas. So basically, the best way to do it would be dug it all, then drop it in stacks of 30 rather than 15, and then we apply dung once per square. We're not going to show this in this video because I don't have the 90 farming. But that's the easiest way to do that. It's pretty much the same thing as we did with the crops on the farming tutorial video. I'm just making sure that below here is the 0.0 that we need for the square above here to just drop the good quality soil in, and we're not filling the sides of the mountain with it. Besides that, you really want a 15 by 15 area just for the mates who do have the 100 natural. I still have like 90 something gathering. I realized that some of the good quality of soil that had been dropping from above while I was making the video, half distracted. So you basically really want to reduce the amount of good soil you have to spend for farmers, or it's going to be a waste. We're going to finish topping up all the squares here, and basically get to the watering part of the central square. So basically in the beginning you can water all of them if you want to get the wild plants, but maximum quality you're going to get is 30, so there's not really benefit from doing that for this gathering, because most of the crops already are above the 30 quality that you can get from for the wild plants. Just to double check, so this you can see the difference between the soil. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this is going to be the central square. We're going to drop something here just to mark it. We're going to make sure that our area is the 15 by 15. That is the maximum area that you can use for for gathering, but this is only at 100 quality. We have a couple of 100 gatherers. Like I cannot use this area by myself having 90. I can only use the couple of squares that are going to be extra, but at the same time, you want to make sure that you're being as efficient as you can. So just taking off the edges here of the stonemason workplace that we replaced, making double check on everything to the good quality. In this case, the 0.9 still needs to be filled there. After this, I do definitely recommend having all of your gathering areas walled off, so there is a lower chance that enemies would come. So I'm just double checking the math. It is 8 squares in every single direction. Everything is fine. If you're going to be replacing the soil, I don't recommend palisading or stone fencing, for example, in edges like this, because you can dung it, but if you don't have that 90 farmer yet with you, it's going to be tricky, because after there is a palisade in it, you can dung it, but you cannot replace it. So if you're shoveling it up, scooping it up later, you basically have to destroy the palisades or the stone fences. We ended up making some palisades around this one and stone fences facing the white hedge, because it's really tricky for somebody to gang us from there. So you can just drop the water, and after you put the water, you can also plow it again if you want to, if you got the wrong square up or something. But besides that, you can always redrop the water, so there's no problem. You're not influencing the skill of the soil. Sometimes you might raise it, but you just want this central square to be the native one, or to be interacted with. So you can see here, I cannot look for materials again. So if I do pour water in it, you can see here, it's still fertile soil, it doesn't consider it a native fertile soil, so you cannot look for materials, look for herbs. It doesn't work like that, right? Like we said in the beginning of the video. So if you do pour the water, now you can basically use this entire area, surrounding area, which is, as we drop the good quality soil on it, it will guarantee that we get the highest quality of return of the materials we're looking for here. Even if you have a herbalist outfit, for example, right now, or and go over the 100, the soil will be capping the quality of the stuff we can get. 78-ish quality plant fiber and materials for simple rope and simple cloth, they can already be produced to 100 quality simple rope. As you can see here, we're still a couple of squares that we cannot use because of the 90 skill, but that's okay. Just setting up for everybody to kind of be able to gather here with the biggest area amount. If you do a bit of gathering in your time, you know that it does become tedious, but you have to do it 1,000 times for herbs or for plant fiber, and to make them armors early on. So be sure that you are doing it as efficiently as possible. Let me get the horse out of here, or else you might eat the plant fiber. That doesn't actually happen. But besides that, the horse didn't like my comment. Besides that, just yeah, have fun. Make sure that you're gathering the stuff for your guildies. Now you know how to do it, how to set up a field. If you have any questions or comments that you want to do about gathering, let us know in the comments below. I'm gonna finish walling off this little edge here, and prepping for some palisades and some stone fences. Gonna make a little stone fence here so we can overlook the road and have pew-pews shooting from here. The walls are really important. I just left this palisade here. There is a little hill there that mates can then use, so I also dropped some palisades from above so the mates cannot drop down on the mates that are doing the gathering later. Do be sure that you try to use the forager's outpost to boost the amount of stuff you get from gathering. This is our forager's outpost up here. And besides that, well, that's all for now. If you found this tutorial helpful, please like and subscribe, and definitely stay tuned for more videos on Life is Feudal Arden. Happy gathering. See you next time. Thanks out.